Morning everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
How are
Waalaikumsalam
you
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
today? Hello, Miss Tia, Mr. Ruli, Mr. Kepas, Miss Herina, and then the Honorable Mr. Sutarjo. Yeah. And where's the rest of the participant? Miss Tia?
Maybe still trying to join, sir.
Okay, still trying to join.
Yeah.
And there we go, Miss Putri Dwi Wulandari rejoining.
Morning, sir.
Morning. Okay, maybe we can start our today's sessions. Miss Tia, come on, lead us please to start our today's session.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Before we are going to start our meeting today, let's pray together. Please pray, begin. Okay, finish. Next, we will do our ritual like usual. Yeah, salam PPG Indonesia. Yeah, we are doing together. You can unmute your audio, please. Yeah, salam PPG Indonesia. Senyum.
Senyum.
Salam.
Salam.
Sapa. Semangat.
Semangat.
Sukses.
Sukses.
Surga.
Surga.
Amin ya robbal alamin. Ya. Okay, next we are going to doing the ice breaking. Mr. Ruli, would you mind to lead us for ice breaking, please? No? Come on. Give us the spirit for this morning. Time is yours, Mr. Ruli. Please.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I do not have any ice breaking for today, but I just want to, as I did before, just want to tell about the local language of Kebumen, ya. Oke, ya ngapak. In English, we say, "Where will you go?" In Kebumen, Arab ngendi. Now, usually it edited by lik, Arab ngendi lik. Yeah, and okay, I would like to ask Miss Tia to imitate ya. Arab ngendi lik.
Arab nendile.
The K is apa ya? Jelas, dibaca jelas. K, the K. Lik. Arab ngendi lik.
Ya.
Ya. Oke, Miss.
Arab endeli.
Ngendi.
Gak bisa.
Okay, Miss Putri, please try to speak Arab ngendilik.
Arab mendilik.
The K is tegas ya, K-nya itu tegas. Kalau di Kebumen
Arek mendilik. Gitu. Arab mendilik.
Arab mendilik.
Mendilik. Oke.
Jadi yang paling khas dari bahasa ngapak itu huruf K di akhir kata itu tegas ya.
Jelas.
Kalau
ya.
di Jawa kayak Jogja, Jawa Timur, K-nya kan seperti ain di itu di sukun. Lik, kayak gitu ya. Kalau di Kebumen lik. Oke, Miss Kairina, please try Arab ngendilik.
Arab ngendilik. Arab mendilik. Pas ya, Pak?
Ya, lumayan ya. Oke, Mr. Kefas. Arab ngendilik.
Arab mendilik.
Ya, oke. Miss Juliana, please try. Arab ngendilik.
Arab. Yeah.
You
Still,
must unmute,
Bisa?
Miss
yeah,
Can
Juliana.
you hear me?
yeah.
Arab,
Yes.
Okay,
Arab
please try.
mendilik. I
Ya,
have no idea. Just
ngendi. Ya, Arab ngendi. Mau kemana? Anda mau kemana? Gitu ya.
oh, yeah.
Oke, Miss Yuswina, please try.
Yeah, Arab mendilik.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe Mr. Sudarjo wanna try?
Arab ngendilik.
Yeah. And for Mr. Sofian, Arab ngendilik.
Okay, Arab ngendilik. Okay, that's
Ya,
it. Yeah.
ya, biasanya itu pertanyaan basa-basi kalau orang lewat ya, Arab ngendilik. Kayak gitu.
But it's a little bit similar with mendelik, yeah. Do you understand mendelik?
Ya, mendelik,
Yeah,
mendelik.
mendelik.
Ya,
Because in Central Java using lik, if it is in East Java using re, yeah, or sam if it is in Malang, yeah.
iya.
Okay, next, come on. Anyone else you'd like to ask to do mendelik, Mr. Ruli? Come on.
Oke, I think enough ya.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay,
That's-
thank you so much, Mr. Ruli, for
Yeah.
leading us for the ice breaking today. And then I will go back to Mr. Sofian. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Tia Hasbi, and then also Mr. Ruli Saiful Akbar for the opening of our today's sessions. Yeah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihim ajma'in. Amma ba'd. The Honorable Mr. Sutarjo, as the senior teacher for this teaching practice activity, and then also all the beloved student of PPG Daljab 2021. Finally, today you guys will try to explain your teaching scenario based on the second set of document. And based on the schedules, there are several activities. For today here, it will be about first the class preparations. What kind of the class that you're going to prepare for your second teaching practice. You could explain it is in an online kind of teaching and learning, an online class, or it is an offline class. And then after that one, you also have to mention about all the equipment that you're gonna need to conduct the second teaching practice. That was the second one. And then next year, you have to consult not only with the principal, not only with the fellow teacher, but you have to discuss it also with your students' parent. They have to understand about your activities in giving teaching and learning for the students. And then making a WhatsApp group, and I guess we already made the WhatsApp group. And then second one with the lecturer and then also the senior teacher, making the connection or making the link to discuss about the second set that you are going to use for the second teaching practice. And then for the senior teacher and then lecturer here, coordinating or making the preparation for the second teaching practice, so we get to see the link, so we can see the connections between, yeah, between what you guys already prepare and then what you guys will plan to conduct the teaching practice. And then next one, you gotta make sure here every single apps and then also all the things that you guys need to conduct the teaching practice, you already set, you already make it ready to record the second teaching practice. Yeah, and then today also I would like to ask your guys honest kind of opinion. Yeah, based on your first teaching practice video, you're going to tell us. Okay, for example here, from my first video, sir, there are several kind of something that I regret. Yeah, for example, when I give the explanation to the students, not all the student can get the point. Yeah, and then also when I talk using English to all of my students, it seems like they're not understand about every single thing that I instruct them to do. Yeah, and then what is it, the real happiness, the real joyful kind of thing that you brought to your students on the first teaching practice. Okay, so we got two things to do here. First, you're going to tell us about your teaching scenario, and then second one, you're going to tell the truth. Yeah, after you guys created, after you guys recorded your first teaching practice video. Okay, for example, the other example, so you can compare it. Yeah, because before you guys record your first teaching video, I already share several kind of example from your guys senior, from PPG Daljab batch 1 and then batch 2. Yeah, and then what is it, the new thing, what is it, the innovative one that you guys brought for your teaching practice? If there are no such kind of innovations, there are no such kind of new things that you deliver for your students, so that will be useless, I guess. Okay, I hope you guys gonna get the point. And then before we're going to do the two kind of activities for today here, now I would like to ask Mr. Sutarjo first, maybe to give us some kind of wise word, yeah, and then also some kind of opening, some kind of the suggestion, some kind of the advice. So your guys teaching practice, especially for the second recording video, it will run smooth, yeah, without any problem on it. The Honorable Mr. Sutarjo, time is yours, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad Sofian Hadi, for the. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrofil anbiya mursalin. Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. The Honorable Lecturer, Mr. Muhammad Sofian Hadi, and all the students of PPG Daljab. Today we will continue our activity with the preparation of your teaching practice cycle 2. Of course, you have some preparation. Yeah, you have uploaded on your LMS. Yeah, I have seen that. Yeah, your preparation, for example, your lesson plan and all the attachment you need to do the learning process. Yeah, you will present it. Yeah, and explain it detail as Mr. Sofian said. Yeah, and he was informed with it yesterday. And the second, to prepare, yeah, your device or your application, your media that you need to do your lesson, yeah, to support your activity. Make sure it can work correctly and properly. Yeah, don't forget to prepare backup device too. Maybe you must back up your laptop. Maybe you can find or you can borrow from your friend, for your relative, for your family, to make sure that you can handle the situation if you have problem with your main device. Okay. And then don't forget to prepare the good internet connection on your area. Of course, you must have maybe two kind of internet connection, just for anticipate if any problem from the internet connection. This is important thing that we have faced in every learning activity. Okay. Okay, Mr. Sofian and Muhamad have said that you must coordinate with your school. The most important thing is to get support. From your school, from your parent, from your student parent. To support this activity. This is important for you to get best result. Try find to get the best student in your school. So can manage your activity easily. Okay. And then don't forget to make sure that you are in healthy condition. Have a good rest or sleep. If you have the situation, don't panic if you have the problem. Try to calm down. If you have a good and perfect preparation, you will very confident to do your learning activity. I think that's all that I can give for you in my opening introduction. I hope you can do this activity with full confidence and can get the best result. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh. Okay, thank you very much, the Honorable Mr. Sutarjo, for giving several kind of advice and then tips also to make a better kind of video for the second teaching practice, for the second cycle. And then let's hope after you guys already share your teaching scenario, and then after that telling the truth about your first video. So you're gonna tell the truth, what is it that you regret, and then what is it also the different between your guys peer teaching and then also with the teaching practice. Okay, and then who will be the first? Okay, Mr. Sutarjo, maybe which one from the student that you like to see the first to
Okay, all of you who want to present the first, come on, really, you must sure that you feel confident, of course. Come on. Okay, Mr. Kevas Aji Bekti. You look serious.
All the time, Pak. All the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on,
Okay,
time is yours, Mr.
Okay,
Kemas.
thank you very much, Pak Sofian and Pak Sutarjo. Good morning, Bapak Ibu. Here I would like to share my plan and also my scenario following up the suggestion that I have got from the previous meeting. So please allow me to share my screen for a moment. Okay, here I would like to begin with follow up from the input from the previous suggestion and also the case that I found from the previous teaching practice. Can you see my share screen, Bapak Ibu?
Okay.
Is it visible? Okay. Here I would like to begin based on the problem and suggestion that I found and I got from the previous teaching practice. I have classified some And I would like to begin with the participant first. So what happened in my first teaching practice actually, it was a crash of schedule between my teaching practice and also the other activity in the school. And it leads to the number of the participant as I have mentioned before. So the action or the follow-up that I'm going to take for the second teaching practice is I'm going to choose exact number of the student directly. So in the previous one, I would like to use the whole classroom, uh, 25 students, but in this case, I will choose 15 students directly. And then the second one about duration. So as I have shared in the previous meeting that the duration in the previous teaching practice was reduced around 15 minutes. But in this case, for the second teaching practice, I will use only one teaching period or 45 minutes for the whole activity. So it's going to be more comprehensive and it will reduce also the size of the video. And then the third one about internet connection, perhaps Pak Sofian, Pak Sutarjo also realized this one in the first teaching practice that the activity, the streaming was not really good because sometimes it was disconnected for several times. And for the follow-up of this one, previously I used this brand Telkomsel Orbit as my router modem, but in this case I will use both Indosat and Telkomsel as a backup. So hopefully it's going to be better compared to the previous one. And then next I had audio issue in the previous teaching practice because in the previous teaching practice I put my laptop behind of the class in expectation that I hope it can give a better view for the lecturer and senior teacher. But another issue appears actually when I put the laptop over there, the microphone was not working really well and the audio was not really clear. So for this one, I will try to use also my smartphone. So in this case, I will put my laptop behind in the classroom and then I will turn off the microphone. Instead, I will use my smartphone as my microphone. So the microphone going to be closer to me and also the students. And then the last, the suggestion from Pak Sofian yesterday that I have to also consider about the fun activities in the classroom, in the teaching practice. So for following up this one, uh, I focus on changing the ice breaking that if you still remember that the previous ice breaking that I practiced in our meeting was too short, so I will choose a longer one. And it's going to be a more interesting one. And then second one, I will also put games in the middle of the activity. So after the discussion and then before we continue to the exercises, I will put games in the middle of the activity. So I hope that's going to be the fun activities for the student. And then for the lesson plan, I also have modified that one. So if previously in the core activities I have 7, in this case it's going to be added into 9, in which the first focus going to be on the ice breaking in the beginning of the activity, and then the second one is going to be the games that I will put before the student having their exercises. And then for this activity, it's going to be the same like what I have planned before. The activity going to be offline and focus on problem-based learning. That's all. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Kepas Aji Bekti. And then Mr. Sutarjo, do you have anything to say for him, please?
Okay, very good. You can solve the problem, yeah, maybe for the second activity from what you have get from the first activity, like the internet connection, maybe, yeah, that is your main problem, I think.
Yeah.
You have choose the best internet provider, yeah, and then have backup. Very good. And then you have added to some fun activity, yeah, for the ice breaking that can, and then have game, yeah. We didn't find on your first, maybe on your first activity. I think I hope that you can do this activity or this teaching practice very well. Okay, thank you. That is my opinion, please.
Thank you very much, Pak.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sutarjo, for giving the feedback for Mr. Kepas Ajibati. To be honest, Mr. Kepas Ajibati, without looking at the content of your second set of document yesterday, I forgot to tell you about how common is your set of document.
Oh
Do you
yeah.
see my point? How
Yeah.
common that was, yeah?
Hmm.
Because the learning media and then also the the learning material that you develop for your students, it seems like you need some kind of improvement on it, Mr.
Oh,
Kabasaji Bekti. Yeah, because when we try to, okay, I'm gonna give you the example. Uh, if someone gonna offer you something and then they give you like this one, so which one are you gonna choose? Yeah, two type of things. Yeah, you can see it, this one. Okay, it seems like you need sense of art, yeah, sense
oh yeah.
of making a combinations. Yeah, we can see the difference here. There's a flat one, a blue one, and then this with the various kind of details on it. Yeah, and then yesterday when I forgot to remind you, one of the characteristic also of a good kind of learning material that you can deliver an improvement one for the students. It is not like the same like the previous one that you usually did for your students. Yeah,
Okay.
it has to be different. Yeah, okay, Mr. Kefas. And then
Yes, Pak.
after that one, uh, I guess your solution for all of the problem that appear in your first teaching practice, I guess that really well, and then thank you for taking all these suggestions from Mr. Rutario and then also from all of your friends. Yeah,
Yes.
and uh, I guess it is true that what Mr. Sutarjo mentioned it earlier. It seems like you're too serious, I guess. Yeah, too serious in what is it in making the teaching and learning process. It seems like you're not enjoying the teaching and learning process. That what my impression on your first teaching practice, to be honest, Mr. Kebas Ajiwati. So I'm hoping for your second here, you're gonna get more smile with you. While giving the interaction with your friends, yeah, and then take this as a positive kind of suggestions. Okay, you don't have to take this in your heart feeling. Okay, Mr. Kebas Ajiwati, and then be more friendly with your students. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's okay to be strict with anything, but when we deal with the student that we are going to teach for, you are choosing the student that they gonna scare to you or they gonna give you respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, two different types. Okay, Mr. Kepas Ajiwati.
Yes,
Hopefully
Pak.
you will be more, what is it, more enjoying. And then also you may get a better performance from your teaching skill. Okay, Mr.
Yeah.
Basaji Bhakti, I guess
Yes,
that's
Pak.
my feedback for you. Yeah. And then I guess every single time that you smile, look at Mr. Pia also smiling, Miss Eka, and the rest of your friend. Yeah. Not all the time like you are thinking a nation with you. Yeah. So take it easy, I guess, and try to enjoy your teaching practice. Okay, Mr. Kevas? Thank
Yes,
you
Pak.
very much. And then now let's give applause everyone for Mr. Kepas Aji Bhakti. Yeah. And after this one, you're gonna think about what I taught you also for the second one, Mr. Kepas Aji Bhakti. What is it that you regret from your first teaching practice? Yeah. And then try to tell us the truth. What is it that you're going to repair? And then what is it the most joyful things, the most interesting part of your first teaching video. Okay, Mr. Kemas Ajibati, after this one, after all of your friends here already share their teaching scenario and then also the solution that they provided for all the kids that they found yesterday. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Kemas Ajibati. Second one, who will be the next, please? Okay, Miss Hairina, there we go. Apparently, it's not a black pill again. Now you wearing pink. That's interesting. Miss
Yes, sir.
Hairina, the pleasure. Time is yours.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi sholli sirri wa yassir amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Okay, this is some scenario for the second circle PPL. The first one, the time for actually for the time for my second circle PPL is at 1:40 until 2:30. But the fact my school activity will start from 7 until 11 or 5 a.m. So actually all of the student and also the teacher uh, is finished for the learning and teaching activity. So I asked my student to help me for joining to the Zoom at the time. And then the second one uh, at 12 all of the teachers have to get out of the school actually, but to avoid a
Miss
connection
Hairina,
problem. Yes,
I'm
sir.
really sorry. Can you make it bigger, please?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, it's too small. We cannot read it. Okay, I guess
Okay,
that's too big. Okay, that's enough. That's enough.
okay.
Thank you. Proceed.
Okay, so at 12, all of the teacher have to get out of the school, but to avoid connection problem, I already asked my headmaster permission to stay at school for using the Wi-Fi until 2:30. And then for the third is I choose because in my last PPL, just it's about 8 students, so I need to combine 2 classes to come to my Zoom. So for the next my scenario for the for the second circle PPL, I choose the ready student to join my school's my second circle PPL. And then for the fourth, I plan to do the meeting at the Zohor for today for discussing about my second circle PPL. We'll discuss about the material, and I will ask them to find out the material by themselves because I use scientific approach. And I will show the video that I will use on my second circle PPL because I'm a little bit scared if the connection is down. So I will show the video to anticipate if there is a problem with the Wi-Fi on that day. And then I will make sure all of the students remember about the last material. It is simple present before we go to the material that I want to use for my my second circle PPL. It is announcement because in the last PPL, at the first circle PPL, one student said that he forgot about the material that related to the material on that day. So they have difficulty when they make, sorry, he had a difficulty when he make the paragraph uh, when he submit the task. He said that I didn't submit it because he can't create the paragraph. So I will give them more time to submit it. And then the last one, to anticipate if there are any student who cannot join to the Zoom at that time, I add 2 more students to join our learning and teaching activity. It will be 18 students. That's all, sir, for my scenario for the second circle PPL.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Hairina Nur Fajria. Come on, the Honorable Mr. Sutarjo, you may give her anything, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Sofian. Miss Kairina Nur Fazria, you have announcement material for this second teaching practice. Have you have all the complete material in this teaching practice? All the
For
material
for the next material is announcement for the
announcement.
second, yeah,
Oh, the
for the second
second.
circle PPL.
I think it's good to you to discuss this day with your student. Don't forget to ask permission from their parent yeah, because you need support from them, yeah, to involve in your teaching practice activity. Yeah, I what else? Because the time is in on day two, yeah. So it need more preparation, yeah, to the student, etc. Dan lain. I think it's enough, sir. I hope you have a good teaching practice for tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Sutarjo. And for Miss Herina Nurfadria, uh, I guess it is the same also with what I told Mr. Capasio for you about your setup document, your second setup document, Miss Herina Nurfadria. It seems like you need also an improvement, yeah. So not a boring kind of setup document, yeah, because it seems like what you created for your setup document, it is the same as what you did on your previous teaching, yeah. So what we need you to do for the second set of document, hopefully, yeah, you're gonna revise it, you're gonna make a new kind of improvement for your students, yeah, for the learning materials and then also for the learning media that you're going to use, yeah. I hope you are going to have the comparisons, yeah. So between joining this PPG Daljab and then after joining PPG Daljab, you have your improvement, yeah, and it's not the same like before joining PPG Daljab. That will be the first, and then second one, since your topic here it will be about announcement, right? Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
do you mind trying to share what kind of the announcement, what kind of the content of the learning material that you're going to share to your students?
The content of the announcement, it's about an event that Albayan will conduct. Uh, it's about 1 month,
Okay, so the next
the
program,
next
the
month.
next event that conducted by your school.
Yes.
Okay, and then anything else? Any other example for the
Uh,
announcement that you're going to teach them?
for the task, I asked the student to make the video same as the video I show them. It's about the event. And then I will give another example of the announcement. It's like a job vacancy and missing person and others, sir.
Okay,
I
wait a
give
sec.
another example.
Okay, wait a second. Your student here is for the senior or is for junior high school?
Junior high school.
Okay, and then you gonna tell them, you gonna mention the example for them here is about job vacancy, really?
Yes, I just give the example of the announcement, sir.
Okay, job vacancy and then announcement, and then you're mentioning this is for the junior high school teacher. I guess that's not relevant at all. Okay, one characteristic of the advanced kind of learning materials and then also hard things, yeah, it should be deal with something that related with the psychological condition, with the social condition of the student from junior high schools. Yeah, when you're going to tell them about announcement and it is about the job vacancy, yeah, I guess that's not really relevant, yeah, for these students. Maybe you can take your example here using, okay, what is it? The announcement that really loved by the student from junior high schools. What is it? What kind of announcement? Can you think about it now, please? What is it?
Uh,
Maybe
I think
the
just
announcement, and then they
event.
gonna, okay, an event, and then what else? What kind of event?
Uh,
There are many types of event, right? Come on, what is it?
competition, maybe, sir.
Competitions, okay. Is
And
that
then
something fun to hear about competitions? Something that, okay, yeah, I'm gonna join the debating contest. No, I don't think that they're not gonna enjoy that one. Come on, what is it?
about the other information, for example, about the mitas. Just, I think for the junior high school, the material that related to them just event or task, for example. That's all, sir. For the missing people and
Okay.
something like that, I think I just need to give the example.
Okay, I guess that's a little bit scary. You're going to tell them the example of missing people, announcement of missing people, and then announcement of job vacancy. That's not really something that's gonna attract their motivation to learn about announcement. Yeah, start with something that they like. For example, okay, next, I'm gonna give you the example of how here you're going to get, what is it? What is it? Something for junior high school students that they're gonna love to learn about the announcement, about the topic. Come on, what is it?
I have no idea, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a chance to think about it. Yeah, I'm not gonna give you the example because if I give you the example, so you're not gonna thinking about it. Okay, the clue here, the announcement, the example of announcement, it should be based on what student familiar with. Yeah, it should be based on what student feels really interesting for them. What can attract them. Okay, can you see the point, Miss Irina?
Yeah, I see the point, but for the announcement, maybe only that, sir.
Oh, there are
We
many kind
just
of announcement. You're gonna find more, yeah. Okay. I hope one more time you're gonna find. Okay, you're gonna change the example of job vacancy kind of announcement for the students. Okay, Miss Irina. Yeah. Maybe next year your friend gonna give some kind of the example of what kind of the topic that can attract the student motivations, attention in joining the teaching and learning. Okay, Miss Herina?
okay, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I
Thank you,
guess
sir.
that's enough for you, and then best of luck for the preparations. Let's give applause everyone for Miss Herina Nur Kadria. Yeah. Uh, Okay, what a life, yeah, what a life. One more time, you're talking about missing person, you're talking about job vacancy. We can imagine, okay, this person try to look for the job, and then, okay, that's not a fun kind of role that the student need to conduct with or need to join with. Okay, Miss Serena. And then next, please, Mr. Sutarjo, maybe you want to choose for the next, please.
Okay, everybody, who want to? Miss Tia, please.
Okay,
Okay,
come
thank
on.
you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, I will share screen first. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Can you see my screen? Everyone?
Yes.
Hello?
Ya.
Yes, okay.
Ya. Oke, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
This is for
Waalaikumsalam
the
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
yeah, this is for the scenario for my second teaching practice. Yeah, in here I will trying to explain. For the opening, I will show my chief of the class to lead pray, and then after that, I will going to the secretary to ask the absentee. and then I'm continue to giving the perception, and then to remind them to the previous material, and then I will show them about the purpose of learning. Yeah, in here for the purpose of learning, I'm using Sway. Yeah, I will explain them about the purpose of learning, and then after that I will continue to explain what is the step of our learning today. There is two type of video. For the first video here consists of the explanation about the descriptive text. Especially in here, I took the tourism attraction. And then for the second video, I will give them the example. What is exactly the descriptive text in tourism attraction, and then we are going to the ice breaking. That's will be the activity in my opening. And then before we are going to for this is actually for the 10th grade of school in my vocational school, but in here I will using my student in 11th grade. Yeah. And then I also take in online meeting, yeah. And then for the equipment here, I had prepared two kind of tools to make a record my video in the second video, yeah. And then I will going to before I enter to the first video, I will introduce my student, yeah, to introduce the problem in, I'm sorry, I'm not yet to change the title in here about the descriptive text, yeah. So there is four questions. There is what is the description of descriptive text, what is the social function, what is the structure of the text, kemudian what is the language future. Yeah. After I giving them the showing of video about the descriptive text, yeah, to my student, this is the first video. Yeah. After all of the showing the video, yeah, I will make a discussion with my student. What is exactly about the description, yeah, and then what is exactly the purpose of descriptive text, yeah, and then what is the what are the generic structure in descriptive text, and then for the last, what are the language feature in descriptive text, yeah. So I will give them a brief explanation about the explanation descriptive text, especially in tourism attraction. And then we are going to the second video. Before we are going to the second video, I will make my student in a grouping. Yeah, in here I'm focused just use 10 students in my school. Yeah, so I will divide them into two groups. Yeah, there is consist 5 person in one group. And then before the showing of the second video, I also will introduce to my student the problem here. We have 5 questions. What is the name of the museum? Where is the address of the museum? What are the attractions of the museum? And then are there any tombs in the museum? And the last, what can we find in the tombs? Because in the second video talk about wisata sejarah Museum Sadurengas, ya. This is I'm using my own region, ya. Yeah. After the explanation about the example of descriptive text, yeah, we will make a discussion. I will give a time to my student, yeah, to look for the answer from 5 questions that I given to them before, yeah. And then after that, we will make a presentation. Yeah, one group. In here, I will choose the second group to presentate the answer of the question that I given to them. Yeah, and then after the presentation, I will deliver to other groups to give the feedback. Yeah, to give the feedback if there are any answer not like jawaban yang berbeda dari kelompok kedua dan kelompok pertama. So we will make a discussion, yeah. And then the last we will make a summarizing together about the material that's showing in the second video. And then after that we are going to playing a game. Playing a game in here, I'm using for the student task, yeah. I'm using quizzes, yeah. In here, I want to know the knowledge of my student about the descriptive text. So in here, I also using the example of one place, yeah. And then after the game in quizzes, yeah, I will continue to the closing, yeah. We will make a reflection or the summarizing what the material that we learned today, yeah, about descriptive text, yeah. And then I will tell them for the next meeting where we have the homework, yeah. This is for the homework today to them, yeah. Make one video relate to tourist attraction of your own choosing. So my student can choose one place that I prepare to them. For example, there is Gunung Embun in Desa Samu, and then Kampung Warna-Warni, Desa Janju. Kemudian ada Taka Garden atau Selfie Ilalang di Desa Jone. Kemudian ada Taman Bunga, ya, Aira Viana Garden di Desa Tafis. So I will give a chance to my student to choose what the place they will make a video about the tourist attraction, yeah, and then the video will prepare in 1 week. So in the next meeting, there will be a presentation for each group, yeah. That's for the homework, and then after that, I will get the help from the chief of the class again to pray, to close our meeting with praying. And then after that, I will close the activity with say Hamdallah and giving greetings to my student. I think that's all about my scenario for the next cycle teaching practice, sir. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Everyone, the Honorable Mr. Sutarjo, do you have anything to say?
Okay, I think it's a very good plan, lesson plan, yeah, for the activity. But you must look at the time, yeah, in this activity. You have set for 45 minutes maybe, yeah, but it's need maybe what is, you must arrange this into perfect time, yeah, in every step, yeah, because you have little time to do this activity. If you have more time, maybe of course it's okay to do this kind of activity, yeah. Okay, you must set and try to arrange the time, yeah. Okay, according to your lesson plan, of course. Okay, it's maybe it is interesting material, yeah, because your student can practice from their local area, yeah. So it's, I think it's interesting, yeah. to develop your student skill in making video, maybe, yeah, to present your region, etc. It's good for your school too, yeah. Okay, that is maybe my opinion, Miss Hasbi. I
Yeah.
hope you will get better performance tomorrow.
Amin. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Tarjo.
Okay.
Maybe before we are continue, yesterday we have 3 problems. So for the first about the member of students. So in here, yesterday I put 15 students, but at last some of student get some alasan gitu ya. So in here I focus only 10 students.
Okay, it's
And
all
then
right.
for the internet connection here, I will prepare modem and using Indosat or Telkomsel. And then for my student, I have to tell the principal, yeah, some of my student will using lab multimedia laboratorium.
Oh, yeah.
So that's for my second solution, yeah. For the second problem, internet connection. And then for the third about coordinate to parents, yeah, I have to tell the wali kelas, yeah, and then I'm enter to the WA group of parents, so I can tell their parents about my activity in PPG Daljab. Thank you, sir.
Of course, it's a
Bismillah.
good it's good coordination, yeah, with your school, your parent, your student parent. I hope you get better
Amin.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, Sofian.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Sutarjo, for giving suggestion, advice, and then also tips for Miss Tia Hasbi. Yeah. First of all, Miss Tia Hasbi, when we talk about tourist attractions, so it is about heavy vibes that we got. Yeah. And then you're mentioning many of tourist attractions.
Yeah.
The location here is
in
near
our region, yeah.
Okay, it's in your
not far
region.
from our perkotaan, tidak, no.
Okay, so it is, what is it? That was really a tourist attraction place, and then it is already existing, or is a new one?
Actually, some of the place is sudah lama, but because this is the pandemic time, so maybe people trying to thinking about something new, so they are build some new place.
Okay. And then talking about tourist attraction, also it is about vacations. Yeah, it is something that we miss all this time since the pandemic, I guess. Yeah, and then that's a good thing. Yeah, and since you are from the vocational high school, Miss Tia Hasbi, I really expect, I'm expecting, I really hope that you're going to provide, what is it? A proper kind of equipment. What I mean by proper kind of equipment, starting with the camera that you use, and then also with the editing process, yeah. It will be the same like what Mr. Ruli Saiful Akbar did on the first
No, sir, Mr. Ruli have a studio. We don't have it.
Yeah. Okay, but your school, your vocational high school, you got the hotel on your school, I guess.
Yeah, but
no
that's
school,
different with the bisman, ya, business management kalau tidak salah jurusannya Bapak Ruli. That's different with pariwisata.
Okay. I guess talking about the the major in your school, Mr. Hasbi, maybe you can propose, yeah, maybe you can propose to get a proper equipment like Mr. Ruli, because you need a promotions. Yeah, if you want to promote your region, if you want to promote the new tourist attractions places, yeah, good quality of video gonna need to create for that one. Yeah, and then for
Agree with
your
that.
second teaching practice here, it is using problem or it is project based.
I'm using problem, sir, because in the first lesson, this is for the 10th grade. Yeah, because like Mr. Ruli said yesterday, yeah, that the 10th grade of students still shy, still still tidak ingin menunjukkan wajahnya. So in here, I'm just focused to give them the experience first. So I'm focused to build their ability in writing. So saya kuat fokus using PBL. Maybe if this material for 11 or 12 student, we can change the model become PJBL.
Okay, that's leading to the next question, I guess. You're mentioning it is problem-based learning,
Yeah.
and then the student works it, and then the student talks that you give, it is in a form of project for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, can you explain it more, please?
Yeah, because I want to increase the ability of my students, sir. I will show them. Kalau contohnya yang ada di YouTube yang kita cari, student attraction buat di Kabupaten Pasar itu cuman ada bahasa Indonesia gitu loh. Apalagi karena kita jurusan pariwisata gitu ya, tapi karena mereka baru kelas 10, saya tidak akan memberikan tekanan lebih kepada mereka. I will give them the free creation in making a video. Yeah. So yesterday, ma'am harus pakai baju sekolah kah? Ma'am harus pakai bahasa Indonesia boleh kah? Gitu-gitu. Yeah. So in here I focus to use PBL because I need to prepare first my student.
Okay. There are many kah on your students. Yeah. Okay. That's the point, I guess, Miss Tia Haspi. I guess if it is the problem about the promotion of the tourist attraction that exists in your regions, it will be more relevant if you use project-based learning. If the outcome for the teaching and learning here is a project-based learning. Okay, because they're going to create a video, and that's not easy to ask them to create a video. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you can see
I
the
give
point.
the challenge for my student in here at the last for the homework.
Okay, thank you very much. And then maybe when you try to give the students tasks creating a video, so it is not a formal kind of video. Try it in their own way. Yeah. What I mean in their own way here, okay, for a senior high school student, for a vocational high school student, we cannot expect they're going to make a good one. They're going to make a script on it before you're going to record the video. But they can just instantly, spontaneously, impromptu kind of making a video, okay, like vlogging, that will be okay. Yeah, they're using the smartphone. Okay, guys, now we are at Kampung Warna, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And this is my assignment from Miss Tia. Blah, blah. That's it. Okay, Miss Tia Hasbi, I guess that's all what I can tell you for the feedback. And let's give applause, everyone, for Miss Tia Hasbi.
Thank you for the suggestion.
Okay, next one, I would like to, okay, let's see the best smile here. I guess no one's smiling. Okay, there we go. We got Miss Yuspinawati. Come on, Miss Yuspinawati, try to impress us with your second teaching scenario for the second cycle. Come on, Miss Yuspina.
Okay, thank you, sir, for the chance. I'm going to share screen. Okay, this is my teaching scenario of the second teaching practice. For opening, first teacher opened the class by saying salam and then greet the students. After that, teacher asked the student to pray before study. This is the Chantika led the pray. And then teacher shares the link of absent by Google Form in chat of Gmeet and asks the student to fill the form. I will say to the students for absent today, please all of you fill the Google form in the chat. And then number 4, teacher remind again the students to stay disciplined with health protocol. 5th, teacher does the warming up by asking the student to play a game. This is a game Simon says. The teacher explains the rule of the game. And the teacher will give the punishment to the student who did the mistake. The punishment is the teacher says one word in English and the student has to say the synonym or antonym of the word. It is for add the vocabulary of my students. And then 6, teachers reviews the previous lesson by asking some questions, such as what is the greeting card? And then this is Anggreni answer it. And then what is the purpose of the greeting card? And the last question, how many the generic structure of greeting card? Mention it. It will be answered by Amelia. And then the 7th teacher tells to the student that we are going to what we are going to study today and give the motivation to the student. For the main activity, the teacher asks the students to listen and pay attention with the purpose and learning materials that is going to explain the teacher by sharing screen the PPT. I will say, okay, now I'm going to share screen about our purpose to study today and the explanation about kind of greeting card. Please, all of you listen carefully and pay attention with my explanation. And then after teacher has explained the material, teacher asks students some questions related to the explanation before. This is become essential material. The question is, what is the explanation before talking about? And then please mention the kinds of the greeting card because there are 8 of kind greeting card. So the teacher asks the student one by one. So the student say one kind of greeting card. For advanced materials, a teacher gives such a situation and then asks the student to express the greeting card based on the situation given orally. For example, this is situation 1 I give to the student. I'm going to give to the students. Salsa has a best friend in her classroom at school. Her name is Jennifer. Jennifer has just won the first winner of poetry reading competition. Salsa wants to make a greeting card for Jennifer and give it to her tomorrow at school. So I asked the student based on this situation, make a greeting card orally secara lisan. And then this is a Chantika answer. Dear my best friend Jennifer, congratulations for your winning in the poetry reading competition. We are proud of you. Your best friend Salsa. And then nanti I'm going to give 3 situations. This is the example, the situation 1. And still there are 2 situations I will give to the students. And then 10, teacher gives the knowledge assessment by using quizzes. Teacher give the link in the chat of Gmeet and then ask the student to join the link. Teacher is going to share screen the in the Gmeet when the student do the quizzes. And then 11, for the project task, because I'm use project-based learning. So for the projects, for the second meeting, first meeting, the project is make a review, a writing. So in this second meeting, I make a project testnya speaking. Di mana teacher asks the student to record their video in demonstrating their greeting card. The time is free. They send the video by WhatsApp to their teacher. This is become homework. This video consists of 2 students, so it is group test. The video, I just ask the student to make a simple video. Maybe just say, dear mom, thank you for everything that you have given to me. Love you, something like that. Only the simple greeting card. And for the closing activity, the teacher and students make a conclusion about the lesson and asking the difficulty of the students about the lesson today. And then teacher informs the skill assessment that I will share on their Google Classroom. After that, teacher tells about the topic of the lesson in the next meeting. Inshallah, for the third meeting, I'm going to offline, and the matter is still same, the greeting card. But in the last meeting, I'm going to ask students to make their own greeting card. So I have, because they make out their own greeting card, I make this meeting offline. And then 15, teacher asks the student to pray before close the meeting, and then teacher close the lesson, the meeting, and say salam to the student. Okay, I think that's all of my lesson plan for second meeting. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Yusminawati. Come on, Mr. Sutarjo.
All right, Miss Yusfinawati. I think it's almost the same, yeah, with the first performance on your teaching practice. Okay, can you maybe give example or explanation or information about what kind of activity in this teaching learning? What kind of activity that interesting student, that is interesting to the student, to attract student, so they can active on your activity today.
For interested student, I have, when I explain the kinds of greeting card, I have make an example that's interactive, with the interactive example, so the student don't get bored with my class. And then this, I think this is so close to my students. I think they will interested to learn about kind of greeting cards.
Again. Anything else?
This meeting will different because I asked the student making a video, so they can express, they can express their greeting card orally. They can say to their mother, their father, their friends, or maybe for their best friend. It's only the simple, because it is a junior high school, and I know the competence of my students. So I just asked them to make a simple video, maybe the video a greeting card for their relative, and I just give them free theme, and then free to whom, untuk siapapun dan tema apapun itu.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope you will be successfully in this teaching.
Okay, thank you.
I think it's enough, Mr. Sofian.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Sutarjo. Miss Yusmina, there's several interesting part for your teaching scenario, especially for the second teaching practice. First of all, you're mentioning your student here, the level of your student, it is for the junior high school, right? And then you gotta give a distinction between making the greeting card and then second one, making the video about greeting card. So which one that you gonna ask your student? Which one that you gonna ask your students? Come on.
especially just express the content of the greeting. Kalau greeting card, it's we write on a card. As I ask the student, after they write on the card, they can express it. That's my point, sir.
Okay, let me repeat it. There are two different things.
Yes.
First, you're asking your student to make a greeting card, write a greeting card, and then second one, making a video about the greeting card. Because the previous one, you were mentioning about making the video about the greeting card.
Oh, by the demonstrating the expression in the greeting card.
Okay, so okay, I guess you have to give a clear kind of instructions, yeah, because the student, especially for the junior high school, making greeting card, that's a good one for them, yeah. And then if you ask them to demonstrate, that will be okay. But making the video about the greeting card itself, so that will be typical, I guess, for them. Okay, Miss Yusfinawati.
So it means I ask the student demonstrating the expression in greeting card, something like.
Okay, so your teaching it will be in a project-based learning.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
But
So
in speaking,
the
especially speaking,
outcome,
sir.
yeah, the
Yeah.
outcome, the product for the student here, it should be the greeting card that they created. That will be their product. Okay, or you may, yeah, but that will be typical, I guess, if you try to ask them to make a video, a junior high school student, and then you ask them to make a video, to record a video. I guess that's difficult for them. Yeah, just simply ask them to create a greeting card, and then the greeting card here, it will be their product. Okay,
Actually,
Mrs.
actually that is
Ini
for
kan ini
my third meeting, sir.
15 ini.
Offline. Jadi I gave the student origami paper and then they create the paper. That's for my last meeting. For the second, I focus on speaking gitu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you try to focus on speaking. If you try to focus on speaking instead of using project-based learning, maybe you can use a problem-based learning. That will be relevant, I guess. Yeah, than using a project-based learning.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Miss Yusfinawati.
Okay,
And then
thank you,
I'm kind of interested with your essential and then with your advanced kind of material for this topic. So how did you claim? How did you conclude? Okay, this material here is the essential one, and then several kind of activities, I guess, that you explained that's referred to the advanced material.
For the essential material, I just ask about the basic knowledge what I have been explained to them, like what is the explanation about, and then what kind of greeting card mention it. This is essential, but at fun they have to think more. I give the situation and then they have to think more. Is it how to say if the situation in greeting card? That's why I say this is become advanced material.
Okay.
Is it? Yeah.
So it is the what is it? The development of their basic basic comprehensions about greeting card, and then you try to create a condition where they have to make or they have to imitate what you written on the greeting card. Yeah. Okay, Miss Yusfinawati. And then it will be the same like Miss Harina Nur Fajria. There you go. You are both of you here a fellow junior high school teacher then. Yeah? Try to find more fun thing, more interesting topic, more interesting example for your students. Yeah, Miss Yusfinawati, your example here. Okay, congratulations to join the poetry competitions. that was the competition that joined by your students, or you already made up the example?
I made the example. Maybe my student ada yang got be the winner of the competition. Yes, so I choose the example that related to the students.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then winning the competition, I
Yeah.
guess that's a good one. Yeah. Okay, that will be the example, maybe Miss Hairina. Yeah, the announcement. Okay, student of the year that we got from 2021. That's a good one. That's a good kind of announcement. You can give the example for your students, and then they're gonna scream, "Yeah, hooray!" Yeah, that will be their announcement. Good news for them. Okay, instead of, okay, this is an announcement of job vacancy. Miss, when we are going to apply for a job? We're still in junior high school, yeah. Okay, Miss Irina Nur Fajria and Miss Yusminawati. I guess that's all my feedback for you, Miss Yusminawati. Best of luck, and then please make it more a professional kind of English teacher, especially for junior high school. Okay,
Okay.
Miss Yusminawati. Let's
Okay.
give her a
Thank you so
clap,
much, sir.
yeah, everyone, for Miss Yusminawati. And the next, please, Mr. Sutarjo, you may choose the next participant, please.
All right. Who want to be the volunteer? Maybe Miss Juliana, maybe? Oh, Mr. Ruli. Mr. Ruli, saya Akbar. Okay. Your time.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much, Mr. Sutarjo. I'd like to share. Yeah, okay, this is my scenario of teaching practice for my second teaching practice. For the first here, I have a problem and solution. My problem in my first teaching practice is about the audio from student. There is a lot of feedback because the device used by student is not good. For the solution, I think I will make the solution here for my second. I conduct a face-to-face meeting, so student doesn't need prepare the device for audio. And for the second problem, nearpod application is too small to open using a smartphone, so students find it difficult. For face-to-face meeting, I will try applying the game here directly, not using nearpod. And then for the third, student forget about supporting material like my first teaching practice. Student forget about the style of formal letter. The solution here, I will remind the student and do some rehearsals before conducting teaching practice. And next, for the technical preparation, here for the class, it is the same with my first teaching practice. And the time to JP, 60 minutes, and the topic is personal letter. The apps I will use in my second teaching practice first was a group, Google Classroom, and Google Form for task, and YouTube live streaming for the observation of Mr. Sutarjo and Mr. Sofian. And the number of students, about 11 or 12 students.
Belum tadi tugasnya.
And the equipment and tools that I will prepare for this teaching practice. First, of course, the classroom, because it is face-to-face meeting. And second, personal computer for control the YouTube live streaming, and of course the internet connection. And then I will have one main camera and two angles camera. For the audio equipment, I will prepare some microphones and audio sound card. And if the room is too dark, I will prepare some supporting lighting. And for the teaching and learning activity here, first, for opening, the chief of the class, Alfie, lead to pray, and after praying, teacher asking the student and checking the presence and attendance here. And the third, teacher ask the secretary, Anastasia, to send the information for the class group that for the student that don't join the face-to-face meeting. I mean, for the half of the student and doing the asynchronous learning in at home. Fourth year, teacher ask for previous material and asking some question about definition, generic structure, social function, and language feature of personal letter. Here, for the next fifth step, after that, I, as the teacher, provide a personal letter to student, and the replying letter that is not connected with the the first letter. Jadi surat balasan yang tidak nyambung dengan surat yang pertama. This is the problem I provide, yeah, because I use problem-based learning. Here is the problem, and for the sixth step, I ask for the student why the masalahnya ada di mana kok suratnya nggak nyambung. Ya. And before student answer the question, here I make a group, make the student to some groups here. For the next step is student look for the information, and one of student ask teacher to play the video about personal letter as the information for the student. And then for the next activity is after discussing and analyzing what is the problem of the letter, then the student show or present the problem that happened in the first level. Next, answers of the student. I give an explanation to student to correct the wrong letter and make the right reply. Jadi membetulkan surat yang salah dan memberikan surat balasan yang betul untuk first letter. And for the next step, student present or show the result of the letter, and the other group giving an appreciation or suggestion. And before close the meeting, I give an information about the task that I have released in Google Classroom. It means the task is done at home. And for the closing, student have to give a summary or conclusion about the activity of the teaching and learning process today. And for the last, student lead the chief of the class lead to pray. I think that's it. My teaching scenario for my teaching practice, for my second teaching practice. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ruli Saiful Akbar. Go back to Mr. Sutarjo, please.
Okay, a simple question, Mr. Ruli. What part of your teaching practice activity that can make your student interesting in your material?
Yeah, for me, I will make interesting part in providing the problem, in giving a problem that the wrong letter and the wrong replies, that's the problem. I will give them by giving some jokes and something that make my student laugh. I think that's the part to make a student interested in my teaching and learning activity. That's it, sir.
Okay, simple. That's it.
Yeah.
I think it's all right. Enough,
Yeah,
Mr.
thank you.
Sofian. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Sofian, I think it's enough for me.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Tarjo, and then also Mr. Ruli Saiful Akbar. I guess there are two things that I want you to prepare for Mr. Ruli Saiful Akbar, since this will be your first experience, I guess, teaching in an offline kind of teaching and learning process. Yeah. After pandemic, I guess. Yeah. How long did you conducted the online kind of teaching and learning, and then now suddenly you're going to have the face-to-face kind of teaching and learning, offline kind of teaching and learning. So please make sure here you gotta make an offline kind of teaching and learning based on your plan. Yeah? And then try to consider also the pandemic here is not gone. Yeah, but you gotta make about the role, how many students that gonna attend the class, and then how did you going to make the gap between the students, and then also setting up the camera on it, because talking about the equipment, I guess you are the one that with your complete equipment, Mr. Ruli, and then you're mentioning about sound card, something, some terms that I have no idea what was that. I guess for the equipment that will be no doubt for you. And then since this will be your first experience, I hope you're gonna create or you're gonna make also the preparations. Try to do a rehearsal first, and then try to set the camera which angle that will covering all the students, and then also with the audio, and then setting up the offline kind of teaching and learning, especially in this pandemic, it little bit difficult than the online one. Mr. Ruli Akbar, yeah, because your focus here is not only to provide the teaching and learning, delivering the learning material to the students, but you gotta make the condition of a classroom, setting up the class, and how did the process of your second teaching practice you will run well. Okay, Mr. Ruli Akbar, I guess that's all from me. Best of luck. Okay? And then let's give applause for Mr. Ruli Akbar, everyone. Yeah. And next it will be okay. Let's see who's smiling. Oh, Miss Juliana. There you go. Come on, Miss Juliana Cielo Blanca.
Okay, thank you, sir. First, I want to share my screen. Can you see my screen, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, more
Okay.
bigger, please.
Okay. Is it okay?
Yeah.
That's okay, Miss Juliana. But look at the combination of the color here. Wow. That's a random one. Look at that one.
So,
The first it is in a white paper, and then the first it is red. Next one it is blue. Next one it is green. It is black. Wow, that's
find
a
my mood,
really
maybe, sir.
random kind of mixing. Come on, proceed.
Okay, it's my mood. Thank you. According my mood. So here the scenario of my second cycle. The topic descriptive text describing animal for class grade 7. There will be 10 students. And time on Monday, November 8, 2021 on
Tambah.
9:30 to 10:50. So it will be 80 minutes. Equipment that I will use: laptop, speaker, microphone, phone, LKPD, and
Lima
record.
tambah 5.
So for the Gmeet server, I have prepared this link. And on pre-activity, I will say greeting, and the student will reply, Salam sejahtera, Assalamualaikum, something like that, sir. A student will lead the pray. Then teacher asks about how are you today, something like that. Then teacher checks the attendance, and student will watch. I want to give them an inspirational video from the YouTube to motivate them. So the student will share the moral lesson that they get from the video, and then teacher gives the information about what they are going to learn and the goals, and teacher give information about the activity that will conduct on the learning process. And then the last on pre-activity, teacher give quiz about animal riddle based on the YouTube video. So on the video there will be a clue, and the first who can answer correctly will get a gift. I have prepared a gift for my students. And on main activity, teacher asks the student about the material that they got from the KCR and WhatsApp group. So it's flipped classroom. So they have already get the material before the class. And then students share the material that they have learned from the KCR or WhatsApp group. And after that, student will watch a video about dialogue asking about their pet. And after that, the student will answer a few questions. And then after that, student will read a text about describing animal. Then every student will give their opinion about the social function, generic structure, and language features according to the text. It's like direct discussion. After that, student and teacher will discuss the right answers. After that, student do the LKPD 1 about the complete the text with the right answer. After that, teacher and student discuss the right answer, and then Students do the LKPD too about write the short text about describing animal according the picture that they will give. After that, they will give presentation about the text that they write, and then teacher evaluate the speaking skill and the attitude. On the closing activity, teacher asks the student to make conclusion or summary. So every student will give a comment, just a short comment. Then teacher gives a complete conclusion. Then teacher give information about the material for the next meeting. And the last, a student will lead the closing prayer and end with greeting. That's all for my scenario, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Juliana. How are you, Miss Juliana? All good?
Yes, sir.
Hmm? Why it seems like you got no spirit at
Actually, a
all,
little
no
bit
motivation?
good, I think.
Hmm? What happened? You're not
Not.
in a good
Oh, sorry,
conditions?
sir.
You are not in a good
Yes, sir.
conditions?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I
that's
feel a
why
little
you
bit sick.
gotta. Okay, you gotta hear what Mr. Sutarjo told your friend before, yeah? Since your journey here, you still got a long, long journey to go, yeah? So you gotta take an extra vitamin with you, yeah? And then do the workout, yeah? And then don't forget also to spend your time with your loved one, with your kids, with your husband. Yeah, try to give a reward for yourself. Yeah, okay,
Okay, sir.
okay, Miss Juliana, and then
Yes, sir.
let's try to hear some suggestion and then also tips maybe from Mr. Sutarjo. Please, sir, time is yours.
Okay, it's almost your activity is face to face meeting, yeah, like the first
Yes, sir.
PPL.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
one question maybe, just one question. What is the different situation with activity compared with the first activity?
On the first activity, on this second cycle, maybe I will give them quiz and a reward. So it will be different and a direct discussion compared to the first cycle. They work in groups and it took a long time, I think, sir, on the discussion. So I will take this direct discussion. So I will prepare my students. So each of them will speak or give their opinion, even just a short one, to make
Oh,
the class more active compared to the last
that,
first cycle. That's also.
yeah, I hope that it will be more interesting, yeah, for your next activity, yeah.
Yeah,
Have
I
you
hope
will
so.
get better condition, yeah. So you have fresh and relaxed on your teaching practice.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
and
Thank you so much.
that is Mr. Sofian. I
Okay,
think.
thank you very much, Mr. Sutarjo. And then from me, Miss Juliana Giaurangian. Since this will be an offline kind of teaching and learning, so you don't have to scream while teaching. Use the microphone. Yeah, I guess you can use that one, the tool that can help you to speak lower. Yeah, but you can use the microphone. Yeah. So it seems like the first teaching practice, you're gonna scream all the time, and then that make your voice become that one. Yeah. Okay,
Actually,
Miss
I'm using
Juliana. What is
actually
it?
on my first cycle, so I use microphone, but sometimes the mic, I don't know why. Maybe I have to uh, get near to my mouth so it will work well. Maybe so.
Okay.
I use
Or
microphone actually, sir.
yeah. Okay. Or maybe you can modify your second teaching practice here into an extreme kind of student centered. What do you mean by an extreme kind of student-centered here? Okay, while you record the teaching practice, especially for the second, just try to make a scenario, make all of your students active in one meeting. Yeah, you come to the class, you tell them what to do, and then you're going to watch the process of teaching and learning. Yeah, since of your condition, I guess that will be okay. Okay, Miss Juliana. And then if you
Okay,
try
sir.
to force yourself, yeah, teaching while your voice here is not clear enough. So when me and Mr. Sutarjo trying to assess your video, okay, clear intonation, no. Okay, and then the audio, no. And then the interaction, no. Yeah, there are many things that we are going to consider based on assessing your video on it. Okay, Miss Juliana.
Okay,
And
sir.
yeah, I guess you gotta consume more vitamin, extra vitamin, yeah, because you still have long journey to go. Yeah, it is still the second cycle. You're gonna have the third cycle. You're gonna have uji kinerja. You're gonna have uji pengetahuan, and there are many steps. Yeah, and then you're gonna struggle for that one. Okay, Miss Juliana. And then I
Okay,
guess I'm not gonna give
sir.
you any other critics, any other suggestion for your content or for your lesson plan or for your teaching scenario. I hope you're gonna do better. Okay, let's give Miss Juliana Ranyan a plus, everyone. Yeah,
Okay,
and then
sir.
the most important one here for you, Miss Juliana, is speedy recovery. Yeah, for your voice. Okay, and then she is freezing. Okay, okay, and then now we got two more, yeah, two more students. It will be Miss Eka or Miss Putri Dwi Wulandari. Okay, Miss Putri Dwi Wulandari raising her hand. Come on, Miss Putri Dwi
Thank you, sir.
Wulandari.
Thank you. Okay.
Udah belum? Paling dekat mana ini pembulatan? 100,2.
Okay. This is my teaching practice
Gimana, ada nggak?
scenario.
Nah,
Okay, the time for teaching
ngerti nggak?
practice is 1 hour, and then
Nyontek
the
ya?
time starts
Kalkulator ya?
from
Cuma.
10 until
Iya, ini
11
375.
and on Friday. Okay. Yes. Okay, I will continue.
Okay, proceed, please.
Okay. The students come from 8th grade that consists of 15 students. And then as Mr. Sofian suggests, they have to open the camera by telling the consequences, by giving the punishment or something, a warning. Yes, and then the students have to know the material by that we teach by reading the material that the teachers share before start the lesson. And then about the operations, I have to need more preparation before that, and then try to make the students can be active by giving the motivations and the scenario as Mr. Sofian suggests to me, and ask permission from another teacher to use the class because the schedule always change every week during the pandemic. And then next, my teaching scenario, and I put the quizzes before start my lesson related to the notice as the reminding the material before, and then the material about caution and warning that happened today, for example about COVID-19 at school or another public place based on the situations. And then they have to make another caution or warning that happened in the real life in the home at their homework. And then in my teaching scenario, there are group discussion from the video about caution and warning that have to answer the questions that consist of 5 persons in a group and present it to the teacher. And there is an individual task for students to answer the questions by looking the picture about caution and warning and present the result to the teacher. I put, if it is enough time, I put all of them, but there's not enough time. I choose 5 person as the sample, and then the rest of the students will submit into the Google Classroom. And then the homework, they have to make one caution or warning. They have to choose one of them in their real life and then make it to Canva and create it. After that, they have to print and stick into the styrofoam like that to make something like more effort. And then take the picture and upload into the Google Classroom. That's all from me, sir. Thank you. Maybe any discussion, any suggestion or...
Okay. Mr. Sutarjo, do you have anything for Miss Putri Dwi, please?
Yeah, is there an improvement for the problem what you have faced on your first teaching practice?
My problem teaching practice
In the
one.
first.
On the first one, the students still shy to present their expressions, their answers about what I'm asking to them. What I want. So I have to make them to be inactive by motivate them by giving the material before I teach them. That's it.
Yeah, so must discuss it first with your
Yeah,
student.
discuss. I have to discuss because I have the WhatsApp group for 15 persons.
Oh.
So I will give the small brief discussions from my WhatsApp group after this. And then I
Okay,
have
hope you.
meeting. Yeah, I hope it will be better than before because
Your
yeah,
hope.
the progress from my students. Okay.
Okay, I think it's enough. Yeah, for me, Mr.
Thank you,
Sofian.
sir.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, Miss Putri Dwi Wulandari, your student here is for the senior or it is for junior high
Junior high
school?
school at grade students.
Okay, junior high school. And then based on your learning material, you're going to teach them about notice, I guess. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
a public notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you gotta put all the time about notice on your teaching scenario here. You're mentioning about caution and warning, yeah,
Yeah.
and then all the thing, yeah. Just try to write down about notice. That will be the first. And then I guess when you try to ask the student to do the assignment or the student worksheet here, and then they have to create that one using Canva. Canva it is pretty difficult to use, I guess. Yeah, on the previous groups, yeah, on the previous maybe Daljab batch 1 and then batch 2, it is a teacher, yeah, your fellow senior, yeah, from batch 1 and then 2, the second, using Canva it is still difficult for them. And then what about this for the student of junior high school? If there a chance for you to tell them how to use Canva, how to create the public notice using Canva, that will be okay.
Oh.
Yeah, Miss Putri Dwi, because making or creating something using Canva, it is not only about having the gadget, yeah, having the internet connection, but you need also sense of art, yeah, in picking, in choosing, yeah, the most appropriate kind of template that you can use to make the public notice, yeah, and then also you're teaching practice for the second one here. It is still an online kind of teaching practice. Yeah, Miss
Yes,
Putri
still online.
Dwi. Yeah, you gotta consider here making an interactive one. Yeah, try to make it more interactive and then try to do a more briefing to your students so they get to understand. Yeah, you may take the example from Miss Tia and then also from Miss Yuspinawati. Every single student they have their own role. Yeah, so they will play a role, play character as what kind of the assignment, what kind of the task that you are going to give them. Okay, Miss
Yes, sir.
Putri. Okay, that will be my last suggestion, I guess. And then best of
Thank you
luck
so much,
your
Sir,
second
Mr. Jojo, and
cycle.
Mr.
Yeah,
Sofian.
let's give applause everyone for Miss Putri Dwi Wulandari. Okay, guys, that's all. Yeah. No more, no more contender will explain their teaching scenario.
I'm the last, sir. Jadi aku.
Okay, kidding. Yeah, I know it. That Miss Eka Bajar will be the last participant to explain her teaching scenario. Come on, Miss Eka Bajar, time is
Thank you,
yours.
sir.
Yeah.
But sorry, Miss Putri, can you close your presentation? Okay,
Okay, come
thank
on,
you.
proceed.
I will share it first. Okay, this is my scenario of my PPL cycle 2. First, I will use the laptop.
Sorry, Miss Eka Bajar.
Yes,
Before you're going to
sir.
explain your teaching scenario, I'm gonna ask the seven, yeah, the previous one that explaining the
Hello.
okay, wait a second. Okay. Okay, before you're going to explain your teaching scenario, Miss Eka Pajar, I want all the seven students, previous one, you're gonna tell the truth, yeah, and then it will be limited time, 60 seconds only. Yeah, 1 minute only. Okay, 1 minute from Miss Tia, 1 minute from Mr. Roli, and then Miss Putri, and then the rest of you. Okay, after Miss Eka Pajar already explained her teaching scenario. So think about what is it that you regret. What is it that you can tell? Okay, this is the best part of my first teaching practice. Okay, and then 1 minute it will be the maximum time for you to talk. Okay, come on, Miss Eka Bajar, proceed, please.
Okay, sir. I repeat it. First, I will use the laptop because my first cycle in luring there are many problems. So in my second cycle, I will use online teaching. So this is my preparation. First, I will use the laptop to avoid the camera video of just like my first teaching learning process. And then the second, I take the same amount the student. It is 12 students, but for tomorrow, I'll take 4 students from 8 grades because itu berbarengan, acaranya berbarengan ada acara kegiatan OSIS, sir. Makanya yang keempat siswa saya yang kemarin tidak bisa ikut, jadi saya ganti dengan siswa kelas 8 saya sendiri. And then for the third, for the internet, I will use the Wi-Fi that available in my school. And also I use my data to backup it. Fourth, I will start my class online at 1 p.m. tomorrow. So to avoid they are late to join in my Zoom, I ask them to join in an early time. It's at 12:30. Yeah. And then the fifth, because I will use just one JP, it's about 40 minutes and it's so I will teach them the ice breaking first and then how to do my quiz online and then report for today, for tomorrow. Because I hope tomorrow they can do the ice breaking and answer all my tasks well without any problem, sir. And then for the last, I will ask my friend become co-host. So there is not problem again. Yesterday, Mr. Sofian cannot hear my voice because I forgot to unmute the mic in my smartphone. And then this is my scenario of PPL cycle 2. First, as usual, I say greet and then ask their condition, and then ask the chief of the class to lead the pray, and then ask students to fill in the absence in Google Form, and then do the ice breaking together. The fifth, I asked them about the last meeting last week. It's about report text. And then the sixth, untuk pertanyaan pemantik, I give them a picture about advertisement text. Then I ask them about some question about related to the advertisement text. And then I explain about the purpose and then the advantage, learn about advertisement text. And then for the main activity, I play video, then I try to explain it more about advertisement text. After that, I give them two different types of advertisement, and then I ask them one by one about the function, about the structure, and then about the language features. And to know about the understanding about the material, I try to give them to do the quiz online in live worksheet. It's a simple question, just hanya memasukkan bagian-bagian atau part-part dari iklan tersebut. And then I divide them into 3 groups, tapi melalui WA group, di mana saya memberikan 3 iklan yang ada error masalahnya. Setelah itu they try to find why does why the advertisement text tidak terkenal gitu, tidak laku lah istilahnya. After that, I ask tiap perwakilan kelompoknya untuk membacakan hasil diskusinya secara lisan. And then for the closing, I ask one student to make conclusion about the material for today. Then I tell them the best 3 terbesar dalam pengisian quiz online sebelumnya yang di live worksheet tadi. And then because the time just 40 minutes, so the LKPD I give them, saya berikan lagi di nearpod.com tapi sebagai homework karena waktunya nggak cukup. And then I tell them about the next material that we are going to learn is about to make advertisement text, but based on their favorite things. Misalnya mereka suka coklat, mereka bisa membuatnya. Tapi di sini saya hanya membuatnya yang simple saja mintanya. Jadi tidak memakai aplikasi. Jadi hanya misalnya they just have to find their, misalnya coklat tadi, mereka suka Silver Queen, mereka cari gambarnya lalu mereka print, lalu mereka tinggal membuatnya itu di Microsoft Word aja gitu, sir, yang simple one. And then for the last, I give the message to always stay healthy. And then for the last, I ask chip class to close the lesson for today. Okay, I think that's enough, sir, from me.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Eka Fajar. Come on, Mr. Sutarjo, do you have anything for Miss Eka Fajar?
Okay, I want just to say, but you have changed your platform, yeah,
Yes, sir.
from face to face into online teaching, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I just want to comment that you have improved your activity according to the first experience, yeah. I think Okay, I think so. I hope that you will get better activity tomorrow. Yeah,
Amin.
I hope that is all, Mr. Muhammad Sofian.
Okay.
Thank
Just
you, Mr.
comment, just
Jojo.
comment.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you very much,
Jojo.
Hmm.
Mr. Sutarjo. And then for Miss Eka Fajar Suryaningsi, finally you switch to use the online kind of teaching practice. Yeah. Let's hope you are going to have a better kind of teaching practice. Yeah.
Amin.
So it's mean you did your first trial using offline kind of teaching learning, and then that's not a satisfying kind of teaching and learning for you, and then you try to switch it, and then let's hope this will be a better one.
Yeah.
Because you decided to use an online kind of teaching practice. And then for the third one, so you're going to choose it wisely. So which
Yep.
one? From the
Yeah.
first, this and the offline one, and then these are the list of problems that I face, and then an online one, yeah, this is the problem that I face. Yeah, so you may come with your best decisions, which one is gonna be your top performance for the third cycle of teaching practice. Yeah, one more time, the third cycle of teaching practice, that will be your guys' top performance. Yeah, so you're gonna make everything the best, yeah, for your third teaching practice. Yeah. Okay, and then I hope you guys already prepare what I